Hello everyone, welcome to Everyday Essential series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy, where we are going to discuss the essential topics from the Hindu and the Indian Express in terms of the prelims perspective. So today, as part of this series, let us discuss the topics of 8th July 2025, where we are going to discuss first about the National Overseas Scholarship Scheme, and second about the Great Nicobar Project, and third about the UAE's Golden Visa Scheme, and fourth about the ham radio, and finally the Poland country mapping. So starting with our first topic, that is the National Overseas Scholarship Scheme. So why we are discussing this? So this is a annual scholarship scheme, and regarding that, recently the Union Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment has sought the additional allocation of funds for administering this National Overseas Scholarship Scheme. So we'll see what is this National Overseas Scholarship Scheme. So it is a central sector scheme. That means all the budget and everything is looked after by the central government only. Central sector scheme. The funding, everything is provided by the central government only. And it is the scheme of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. This National Overseas Scholarship Scheme aims to facilitate the low income students to obtain higher education, that is the master degree or the PhD degree courses in abroad. So the students belonging to the scheduled caste, denotified nomadic and semi-nomadic tribes, landless agricultural laborers, and the traditional artisans. So the students from these groups, these are the low income groups, low income students, if they wish to go to abroad and study for the master's degree and the PhD courses, the government will support them by giving this the National Overseas Scholarship Scheme. And each year, this ministry will select the 125 candidates, and in that 125 also 30% of the students will be selected for are women. So there is a provision that 30% of the out of this 125, 30% of this National Overseas Scholarship will be awarded to the women candidates. And coming to the eligibility conditions, the students who are going to avail the scheme should at least 60% marks or equivalent grade in the qualifying examination. And they should be not more than the 35 years of age. And here the award, this scholarship scheme can be given only once to the one person. And in a family, the scholarship is given only to the two children, not more than that. And the students who are availing this scholarship has to get a unconditional offer letter. Unconditional offer letter from the top 500 ranked foreign institutes or universities as per the latest available QS World University rankings. So the students who got admission or who got offer letter from the institutes, that is the top 500, the institute should be in the top 500 in the QS World University rankings, which were released with respect to that year. For this 2025 to 2026 year, the QS University rankings will be up for this 2025 year. So for this 2025, in whichever institutes, those which stand in the top 500 ranks, so if the students get the admission in these top 500 institutes, then only, and having all these eligibility conditions, then only the students will avail this National Overseas Scholarship Scheme. And remember this scheme is not applicable to the bachelor degree. This scheme is applicable only for doing masters or the PhD courses in the abroad. So this is about the National Overseas Scholarship Scheme. I'm moving to a second topic, that is the Great Nicobar Island Development Project. So why we are discussing this? See, this project was proposed in the year 2021 and there are protests and wide criticisms regarding the proposal of this project in this Greater Nicobar. So regarding that, the NGT, National Green Tribunal, has ordered the government to establish a high powered committee to know the impact of this Great Nicobar Island Development Project in the Great Nicobar. So regarding that, so this high powered committee was established in the year 2023. So regarding that, this high-powered committee has done all its investigations and they gave the report. And this report, so regarding this high-powered committee's report, the Union Environment Ministry submitted in this report to the National Green Tribunal, that too within a sealed envelope. This report has public, not made public, but the Union Environment Ministry has given this report in a sealed envelope. That is, it's confidential. So coming to this project is launched in the year 2021, commissioned by the feasibility report, after giving the feasibility report commissioned by the Niti Aayog. And this project is a part of the mega project under the holistic development of the islands program. And this project will be constructed in the 3 phases during a 30-year period. And it is a 72,000 crore project, and it is going to be conducted on the Great Nicobar. The name itself tells us that the Great Nicobar Island Project. And who is the implementing agency? The Andaman and Nicobar Islands Integrated Development Corporation will look after or will implement this Great Nicobar Island Development Project. And under this project, the government is going to construct the International Container Transshipment Terminal at the Galathea Bay and one Greenfield International Airport. Greenfield means new. They're going to set up a new international airport in the Great Nicobar Island and a township, a military as well as a civil township, and a 440 megawatt ampere gas and the solar based power plant on this Nicobar Island also, Great Nicobar Island. So what is the impact of this project? See, wherever there is any project, there is going to be the economic project in terms of jobs. If there is a project going on, they will create the jobs so that they will generate the income, market, and everything, so that they will pool the money resources. So there is the economic growth in this region. See here, it is the Great Nicobar in this region. And also it will strengthen the geopolitical strength of India also. How? See, this Great Nicobar is an island, right? Situated in the Indian Ocean. And here we have been witnessing this. China is expanding its presence in this Indian Ocean region. So by having our projects, our military strength or our strategic projects in this area will contain the China's expansionist policies and will improve the India's presence in the strategic sector, so that it will strengthen our India's geopolitical strength also. And the negative impacts are, see, it is a huge project, so that there is going to be the displacement of the indigenous peoples. And this Great Nicobar is home to the Shompen and the Nicobaris, which are particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So they are going to be most affected with these projects. They might be the case of the displacement and also loss of their traditional and the culture. And also with this project, there is a loss of biodiversity. So that's why this project attracted criticism from wide variety of areas and the stakeholders also. Why? This Galathea Bay, where this international transshipment port is coming, this Galathea Bay is the nesting site of the Leatherback turtle. Leatherback turtle, which is listed as the endangered as in the IUCN threatened list. So your homework is to see what is this leatherback turtle, and also this area is also home to the megapod, which is a marine animal, and this Great Nicobar is listed as the UNESCO World Heritage Site under the man and this Great Nicobar is the Biosphere Reserve listed under the Man and Biosphere Reserve of this UNESCO. So the environmental activists are concerning about the loss of biodiversity and the natural ecosystem of this area with if the project is going to be enacted. Now coming to the geographical position of this Great Nicobar. See, we have this Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and here it is this Great Nicobar, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands are separated by the 10-degree channel, right? And here, and this Great Nicobar is also the point to the southernmost point of India, that is the Indira Point. So this is with respect to the Great Nicobar Island Development Project. And moving to a third topic, that is the UAE's Golden Visa Scheme for Indians. So the United Arab Emirates has introduced a pilot nomination-based Golden Visa program for the residents of India as well as the Bangladesh, whoever seeking lifetime residency in the UAE. And this proposed policy awards the Indians the UAE's Golden Visa for a life on paying a fee of United Arab Emirates dirham, that is the 1 lakh, which is equal to the 23.3 lakh of the Indian rupees. So we'll see what is this UAE's Golden Visa Scheme. According to the UAE's Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security, this golden visa is essentially a pathway to long-term residency in the country. This golden visa gives the long-term residency in the country. They can obtain this golden visa without any need for the sponsor in the country. And the eligible candidates may apply for this residency for a period of 5 to 10 years. This is the current existing golden visa scheme of this UAE. And under this scheme, the public investors in real estate, and the entrepreneurs and outstanding special talents like the doctor, scientist, everyone can apply for this golden visa scheme of this UAE. But now the terms have changed. Now the UAE has brought up this nomination based golden visa for the Indian as well as the Bangladesh residents. And what is this nomination based golden visa scheme? So this nomination based golden visa provides the lifetime residency in the UAE. See, with respect to this golden visa, only they are eligible to apply for a residency for a period of 5 to 10 years. Then after that, they have to renew their golden visa. But this nomination based golden visa, they reviewed and proposed the changes to this, and they said that they provided for the lifetime residency in the UAE, and they can obtain the approval for the golden visa from their country itself, only from India. If Indian people who is interested to get this golden visa in UAE, they need not go to the Dubai for getting this the golden visa approval. They can apply from here only, and after getting this golden visa, our Indians can also take their family members to Dubai and live there happily for a lifetime period. So this is about the nomination based golden visa scheme. And now moving to our fourth topic, that is the ham radio. So what is this ham radio and why we are discussing this? We all know that the Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla is on International Space Station as part of the Axiom 4 mission. And from there on July 4th, he interacted with the Indian students through this ham radio. So let's see what is this ham radio. So this radio is also known as the amateur radio, and it relies entirely on the radio waves for establishing communication. This ham radio relies entirely on the radio waves for establishing communication. And these are generally deployed for the educational and the knowledge purposes, as well as for any emergency situations or for giving the SOS communication also. And India, any individual above the 12 years of age is eligible to have this ham radio. And who will give the authority, who will issue the license to get this ham radio? It is the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. MeitY will issue the license for procuring this ham radio. And this ham radio in India, this ham radio is used during the Bhuj earthquake in the year 2001 and the Indian Ocean tsunami in the year 2004 and the floods of the Uttarakhand in the year 2013 and many more such calamities. And this ham radio acts as a effective communication medium during these natural disasters or any other calamity, so that the communication should not be disturbed. And on this International Space Station, there is this amateur radio on International Space Station. This ham radio on this International Space Station is called this ARIS, amateur radio in International Space Station. Through this ham radio through this ARIS only, the Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla interacted with the Indian students from the International Space Station. Now moving to a final topic, that is the Poland. So why we are discussing this? So the Poland reinstated the border controls with which countries? Germany and the Lithuania. Germany and the Lithuania, following similar German restrictions imposed earlier. So the Germany has restricted the similar imports restrictions aimed at discouraging the asylum seekers in the Poland. So that's why the Poland also restated the border controls with the Germany and the Lithuania. So this Poland is a country in the Central Europe and this capital is a Warsaw. Official language is Polish and see Poland is surrounded by sea. Here it is Germany and here it is Lithuania. Here and here now Poland has maintained their troops or is controlling these borders. And it is also bordered by the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia. And it is also as a maritime border of this Baltic Sea. This Poland is drainaged by the Vistula River and the Oder River and drains into the Baltic Sea. Half of the Poland is drainaged by this Vistula River and half of this Oder River and finally drains into this Baltic Sea. And the Carpathian and the Beskid are the mountains of this Poland. And this Poland is a member of the United Nations, European Union, NATO, and the World Trade Organization, as well as the OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and many others also. So that's all for today. Thank you.